Genesis 32, Jacob feared of Esau. Then as Jacob went on his way, the angels of God met him to reassure and protect him. When Jacob saw them, he said, "This is God's camp." So he named that place double camps. Then Jacob sent messengers ahead of him to his brother Esau in the land of Seir, the country of Edom. And he commanded him, saying, "This is what to say to my lord Esau. Your servant Jacob says this, I have been living temporarily with Laban and have stayed there until now. I have oxen, donkeys, flocks, male servants and female servants, and I have sent this message to tell my lord so that I may find grace and kindness in your sight." The messengers returned to Jacob, saying, "We went to your brother Esau, and now he is coming to meet you, and there are 400 men with him." Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided the people who were with him, and the flocks and the herds and the camels into two camps. And he said, "If Esau comes to the one camp and attacks it, then the other camp which is left will escape." Jacob said, "O God of my father Abraham and God of my father Isaac, the Lord who said to me, 'Return to your country and to your people, and I will make you prosper,' I am unworthy of all the loving kindness and compassion, of all the faithfulness which you have shown to your servant. With only my staff, long ago I crossed over this Jordan, and now I have become blessed and increased with these two groups of people. Save me, please, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, that he will come and attack me and the mothers with the children. And you, Lord, said, I will certainly make you prosper and make your descendants as numerous as the sands of the sea, which is too great to be counted." So Jacob spent the night there. Then he selected a present for his brother Esau from the livestock he had acquired: 200 female goats, 20 male goats, 200 ewes, and 20 rams, 30 milking camels and their colts, 40 cows, 10 bulls, 20 female donkeys, and 10 donkey colts. He had a lot of possession. He put them into the care of his servants, every herd by itself, and said to his servants, "Go on ahead of me and put an interval of space between the individual herds." Then he commanded the one in front of him, saying, "When Esau my brother meets you and asks to whom you belong and where you are going, and whose are the animals in front of you, then you shall say, 'They are your servant Jacob's. They are a gift sent to my lord Esau, and he also is behind us.'" So Jacob commanded the second and the third as well, and all that followed the herd, saying, "This is what you will say to Esau when you meet him. And you shall say, 'Look, your servant Jacob is behind us.' For he said to himself, 'I will try to appease him with the gifts that is going ahead of me. Then after it I will see him. Perhaps he will accept and forgive me.'" So the gift of the herds of livestock went on ahead of him, and he himself spent the night back in the camp. But he got up that same night and took his 2 wives, his 2 female servants, and his 11 children, and waded over the ford of the Jabbok. And he took them and sent them across the brook, and he also sent across whatever he had. Jacob's wrestles. So Jacob was left alone, and a man came and wrestled with him until daybreak. When the man saw that he had not prevailed against Jacob, he touched his hip joint, and Jacob's hip was dislocated as he wrestled him. Then he said, "Let me go, for a day is breaking." But Jacob said, "I will not let you go unless you declare a blessing on me." So he asked him, "What is your name?" And he said, "Jacob." And he said, "Your name shall no longer be Jacob, but Israel, for you have struggled with God and with men, and have prevailed." Then Jacob asked him, "Please tell me your name." But he said, "Why is that you ask my name?" And he declared a blessing of the covenant promises on Jacob there. So Jacob named the place Peniel, the face of God, saying, "For I have seen God face to face, yet my life has not been snatched away." Now the sun rose on him as he passed Peniel, and he was limping because of his hip. Therefore, to this day, the Israelites do not eat the tendon of the hip, which is on the socket of the thigh, because he touched the socket of Jacob's thigh by the tendon of his hip. And it says that Jacob was wrestling with the angel, and it says that this was God himself, as Jacob eventually realizes that he was in the form of an angel. But he was wrestling with God of his decisions and what to do, and God prevails. This is your daily Bible chapter, reading God's Word Monday through Friday. See you tomorrow.